Hey, it's been a while since I last played a game, literally and every other kind of sense, I guess. Anyways, not a whole lot of it has been happening in my life. It's just me, working, getting caught up in making a comic, of which the subject I will not disclose. And, just chilling like a villain, just carrying out my life like another US citizen of the adult kind, I guess. Not really partying, that's not really my thing. Uh, before I get any more awkward, I heard from a coworker that Minecraft let out another huge update. And, I was reading through the list and all that stuff, and one of the main features I think that was changed was the combat feature, where you can't sporadically click, kick, and pretty much just spam attacks. Like, there's actually a drawback, kind of like a 1 second delay between each hit that you can strike on another person, something like that. So as you can see, I already kind of like looked into these two to see the changes, and I haven't seen any at all. And in Bilala, the world that I've been featuring quite a lot in previous Minecraft recordings, I have no idea where I left off. I have no idea where I am, and I couldn't find my way back home, so I'm gonna create an entirely new world. And I already have like a name in mind, Cantinflador, because that's what I am. Because if you don't know, Cantinflas was a famous Mexican actor who was very much known for playing the comedic relief. He would talk in a very roundabout way, kind of like talk about something but never get to the point, and just talk like circles and circles around this topic, and someone will eventually butt in saying like, get to the point. And he was pretty much like the Mexican Charlie Chaplin in a way, except much more vocal. And Cantinflador, from what I gathered from Urban Dictionary or something, is just someone who babbles and like talks on, and that's pretty much what I am. So I'm gonna create this new world, not gonna set any seeds or anything, because I don't have time for that. I could spend hours trying to look for a good seed and then try to put it in, then it turns out I put one digit in wrong, and then I'm stuck with this. But I just wanted to check this out, like nothing fancy. Just see the sights, try to get back into the zone, auto zone, and all that cool stuff. Yeah, I'm still using the little Yeti microphone, and I probably shouldn't have left the door open because Buttons has been quite a nuisance lately. Just being hella clingy. It's so annoying. Like, I uploaded a video on a whim, like at 1 last night, called Este Gatito. He's like that, like, 24/7, or whenever I'm, back here, and I don't want to really call it home, but whenever I'm home, It's just weird, and this thing is taking a while to build the terrain. Oh, there you go. It just flashed, like, something weird. Alright, we got a horizon. Oh. Okay. It always starts me off in this biome, and it always bugs me for some reason. Like, I hate the look of it. Just something about it. Oh, hey! Little wolfies. Very nice. So there's apparently a new mob as well. I didn't really get a good look at the name, but I know it's supposed to be in the end or something. It also teleports and, like, shoots stuff at you that makes you jump higher, I believe. I don't know. There is a very noticeable lag between my input and output and all that stuff. So if I slide off of a cliff, that's the reason why, because the W is like getting stuck for some reason. It's really weird. Okay, so just traversing along everything, trying to find a good size place to to just, I guess, live, perhaps. I mean, I did spend like the first half of the not the first half, because I'm looking at the timer. I'm already 4 minutes in. I was going to say I just spent the first half of this episode just talking about stuff. There's a bug in my face. Goodness gracious. You probably heard a whoosh from me swatting it away. Probably the reason why there aren't any new, like, discernible features right now is because I have it on peaceful mode. Man, this place looks exactly like where I left off in Bilala. Just open plain everywhere. A karach? I think that's what they're called. No buttons. Leave me alone. Oh, I thought that was like a village, but it was just like a little mountain on the other side of this body of water. Anything in the water I should be concerned about? Squid? Okay, cool. I made a text post about this on one of my Tumblr accounts. That what sucks about being bilingual is that when you live or are living in in an area where the population is primarily almost always just English speakers, every time you hear someone come in that speaks your second language, you can't help but eavesdrop, you know? Because you're just surrounded by so much English that when you get something new, your brain is instantly like, whoa, what is that? It's new. New input, you know, I must focus and all that stuff. And I don't mean to eavesdrop or anything, it just happens, you know? Okay, so that is a very big drop from here. Oh, I thought it was going to take fall damage right there. Okay, so there doesn't seem to be anything new right now. So I will cut to when something new and exciting pops up, which will probably just be my death. So, see you in a bit. Well, the only exciting thing I found so far right now was probably a cave system over there and these floating island things right here, I guess. Oh wait, no. Oh wait, it's still floating. It's just kind of loading and it's being very, very weird. Oh, there we go. More input from the whatever this is. I'm not really sure. No buttons, leave me alone. Man. He like does this thing where he believes that if he moves slowly enough that I won't notice that he's trying to get up on my lap, but I always notice. I notice it like 5 years before he formulates the plan in his head. Cheers, meow. Are you being whiny right now, Buttons? My goodness, you need to chill, dude. Okay, hey, look. Mushroom. Out in the middle of nowhere. I've also been seeing a lot of these mushroom things in the Xbox version that I own. You know, they're just kind of... Oh my god, Buttons. Buttons. Stop. Stop being weird, okay? I'm not into that. God. Very much not into it. I'm here to tell you to stop. Because that is my sworn duty in life, to tell people to stop when they need to not. Okay. So yeah, just a bunch of mushrooms, and I put torches on all of them, so it looks really cool when I fly by because I have it in creative mode. So I pretty much ruined my achievements on that world that I have saved onto the whatever it is. You know, so I'm pretty sure I just went into a gigantic circle. Because everything's starting to look the same and my hunger meter's going down because by default this is set to normal level of difficulty. I put it down to easy because I'm a giant wuss. And plus I want to lead an easy life because the life I'm living right now in reality is just kind of there, I guess. Whoosh. Straight into the water. So, how have you all been? I've been, you know, just here. As I've stated previously, you know, just kind of doing my thing. Not sure what my thing in the future is going to be, but I'm still here, so I gotta applaud myself for that, you know. So I got some more mushrooms, and I wonder if I could boil these down and eventually eat them. Probably not, because mushrooms are weird like that. And I don't know about gigantic mushrooms. Normal-sized mushrooms are just weird on their own. And there's another little passage right here, I guess. And some weird excavated area with, what is it, granite? Oh, it gets dark down there. I better get out of here. Whoop. Ah, jeez. I didn't plan ahead. Okay, now I did. Oh, frick. The controls are not with me today. Oh, jeez. Goodness gracious. Oh, man. So, have you all seen Deadpool? I saw it, and it was pretty fantastic, you know? And I really thoroughly enjoyed it. And I forget what my favorite part was. Oh, I think it was in the movie poster, when you see Deadpool's butt, it just looks like a nice butt, nothing out of the ordinary. But like in the movie, there's a bullet hole where his poop is supposed to be, because of reasons that I'm not going to share, because, you know, I'm trying to keep it spoiler free. But I thought that was pretty funny, you know. They just kind of like fixed it, not fixed it, but kind of worked around it to make it seem like it was just a butt. Because Ryan Reynolds is right. He does look pretty good in spandex, I think. And not that I'm like totally into tapping people in general, I guess. I think that's what the phrase is. Because I'm very much into aesthetics, and if someone looks not just, you know, just right, you know, I'm all into that. And I'll be swooning for like 5 years. Show me the right camera angle, the right leitmotif, the right everything in general, just put together in the most beautiful generalized picture ever, and I will be dead for eternity, and then come back like 2 seconds later, be like, nice, super nice. There's so many mushrooms and Buttons is just complaining next to me, and now he's climbing up onto my loft. Yeah, bud, you stay up there. At least you're gonna be far away from me. Actually, no, you're not even that far. You're like 4 feet away from me, but horizontally, yes. Vertically, also yes. Another cave system. I would totally go in there, but I am starving. And I think I'm gonna have to kill something in order to replenish my, my life juices. No, I'm never saying that again. Goodness gracious. Okay. Just here. Just here, one of my friends recently, his birthday passed, and he was like, hey, we're gonna drink a Stella Rosa in your honor. And then they never really got around to it because he already went a little over budget on, like, drinks and stuff. And I guess he doesn't have a Costco membership because you can get a bottle of Stella Rosa from there for, like, $8. It's not too bad. And I prefer the sweeter drinks, like mixed and all that stuff, a lot more than, like, the hard liquors, because I will die. Goodness gracious. I remember one time when I went to a bar before I turned 21, and my friend, who was 21, had just turned, ordered something with, like, Bacardi in it. I forget. I ended up spilling a little bit on my sleeve, and I was worried that I was going to smell like alcohol, which I didn't. I, like, quadruple checked. And they're like, hey, have a little sip. And so I had a little sip like the rebel I was, and it was the worst taste in my entire life. Gosh, never again. And then I think she ordered another drink with Patron. That was even worse. Actually, no, they were both so bad that I can't even, like, determine if they were equally bad or if one was worse than the other. I don't even know. I don't even know where I'm going right now, that's for sure. Goodness gracious. I don't even know. I'm just walking around aimlessly, you know, trying to see what is new. Like, I can punch grass all the same. I can punch this plant, pick it up. It's a peony. That's nice. Good gosh. Whew. I did not have my second drink today. I'm not living up to my namesake of Johnny 2 beverages. I do apologize for that. I don't know why I'm apologizing, but I will. Because that's how I roll. I roll in a lot of different ways that not even I can comprehend. Gosh. Oh, but I did get this new mouse. It's Kensington brand. And the main feature, or like the main primary thing of why I got it, was because it apparently has a silent click. So the old mouse I was using was already like a pretty old, and it doesn't have a silent click. And you can very much hear, especially in my Psychonauts playthrough, which I will probably put on hiatus because I don't really feel like going back to it. I mean, I already had to, like, I was going to say squanch, but not squanch. Oh, okay, never mind. I already had to, like, do away with 2 entire episodes, and that's kind of a downer, you know, like, on my part. And I am starving all up in here. So I'm going to put this to peaceful, because I just can't right now. So it's probably, oh, there you go. I was going to be like, it's probably going to replenish, and what do you know? It's replenishing itself. So I found a witch, but I'm trying to find a village at least. But I haven't seen anything new so far. I'll probably continue this. I have no idea, you know, viewer retention, all that stuff, but I honestly don't really care if you stick around for the entire episode. I mean, I'm going to put up episodes, whether I like it or not, you know, because what I like is irrelevant, I think. I'm going to do it anyways, you know, in spite of myself. It's me versus them versus you, when in honesty, it's just me versus also me. So, yeah. It's kind of like Osomatsu. I don't know. I don't know anything about Osomatsu. I thought it was like one dude who somehow got clones of himself with like differing personalities, but it turns out they're all brothers. So it's kind of like, holy frick. Goodness gracious. This game's throwing all kinds of food options at me now that I'm like not looking for food. But yeah, I'm also not too keen about seeing what kind of hostile mobs are available in this new update. So I'm probably just gonna keep going. You know, just, what was I doing? What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, Osomatsu. Like, I thought it was just a dude with, like, clones. Turns out they're all brothers, so it's, like, quintuplets, or whatever. That one movie that came out a super long time ago, where this couple had a child, and then they tried to have another baby, but then they ended up having, like, quintuplets or something. It was really, really weird, and I think it was a Disney movie. So, Disney went through a really weird period of time, you know, and yeah, so, yeah, and then there was another movie called, like, Monkey Trouble, that came out, like, in the late 90s, I forget, but the wardrobe definitely screams 90s. And that was a really good movie. It's just kind of like those movies that follows the life of a very young kid, trying to be relatable to all the kids and all that, except there's a capuchin monkey involved. How is that even pronounced? Capuchin? I don't even know, dude. So I'm gonna keep walking around because that's what I do best, because I'm not wearing any boots. Oh, and by the way, when I first started working where I work now, I wore the wrong kind of shoes the first 2 days because the dress code calls for like shinable shoes, and the only shinable shoes I had were boots, but they have like absolutely no heel or arch support, so I was dead on the third day. And then my sister took me to a really rad concert. I forgot who played at the concert, but it was reggae. And it was really fun, but I had to spend like the majority of the time seated because my feet were absolutely hating me. And actually, speaking about reggae concerts, I went to a couple more concerts, over in Portland, because Portland is definitely where it's at. And yeah, they were really cool. I got to see Stick Figure. I got to see I think they're called Iration. And recently I got to see Hippie Sabotage and a couple other artists, who opened for them and all that, like, what was it, the New Kingstons or something? I forget. But they were so cool. There's so many flowers around. I'm loving it, actually. It's like kind of giving me a little bit of energy, So cool. Hey, sheep, what's up with you? None's up with me. I'm just walking around like a champ. Goodness gracious. It's like me when I'm working. I'm just walking around everywhere, and I tell you, work is going to give me some hella sweet legs, Just like squatting and walking and very, very light cardio, like not intensive at all. So, yeah. It's really cool, and they have stairs, so it's really nice. Yeah. Whew. I think I need to eat something, because all I had this morning was like half of a Pop-Tart, and then I got sick of the flavor. It was cookies and cream, I believe. I mean, I have more Pop-Tarts that are like red velvet, but I'm kind of sick of Pop-Tarts right now. And I could always eat some chicken nuggets, but after a while, those just kind of hurt my belly, so, I'm probably going to have another cup, try to live up to my namesake of Johnny 2 beverages like I stated previously. I stated a lot of things previously, and I repeat myself because I forgot that I said them in the first place. That's just who I am as a person, I just kind of repeat myself a lot. And I don't mean to annoy people when I do so, but it's for my own sake too, Plus I want to be a good storyteller and tell a very thrilling bestseller and all those things, and then, yeah. So, I still haven't seen anything new. Goodness gracious. So I found another open plane. Oh, and near the beginning, the reason why I mentioned it Karach, or whatever, I have no idea how it's pronounced, is because, like, 3 days ago... Wow, sheep. Chill. 3 days ago, like, I was driving to work because I had the car that day, when suddenly, a song popped into my head, because that happens a lot. And I was just like, man, what is that song called? Turns out it was Sleepyhead by Passion Pit, and I'll probably link that down in the description below, like the total sellout that I am, which I'm not. And, I was just listening to it, and it was stuck in my head up until yesterday. And then I looked up the music video because it's really cool. I remember when I first heard the song, it was from my cousin when he lived with us at the time, for school reasons. And he was just listening to some random songs off of his phone, while doing homework. And I heard it, being played. And I was like, hey, what's that song called? And he showed it to me. And then he showed me the music video, and it was super cool. I was just totally enamored by it at the time. And then I looked up all the information I could about it, because I do that, Like, every time I find something really cool, I just look up, like, all kinds of information about it just to know more. Kind of like the detail in the background and, the work that went into it and, like, the inspirations and all that stuff. And it turns out that they sampled a Gaelic song called Oro Mobladin or something like that, which I think translates to My Little Boat. So the Kara, because there's a lyric that says Harahirino or something like that, translates to Kara. So I looked up what that was, and it's just a plane that's in Ireland. I forget where exactly, but it's like 5,000 acres of just flat land where they used to like have their sheep graze and their cattle, just kind of doing their thing. And there are stars in that cave. Kind of reminds me of Undertale. Speaking of Undertale, I did say I was going to get back into that soon, and hopefully kill Sans once and for all. But it's been such a long time since I last played that game that I feel like I'm gonna be out of my element. And even with my new fancy schmancy mouse, I don't think I'm gonna be up to par, and I'm definitely gonna get dunked on. And I feel that if I try to jump across this, I'm gonna die. So I'm gonna end this episode here. So I hope you have a good day. If it isn't a good day, treat yourself till some. And until meeting next time, I really hope you do. Bye. And I am now filled with regret. Frick.